Blah.
What the?
Wow, that wasn't good.
I was like, how did you roll an 18?
Yeah, two
I thought
d20s.
stopped working.
Here I am out of the game. Hang on.
You did roll a 2 though.
It's roll 20 being weird. Hang on.
Yeah,
Well, your first was a d6 and it was a 2, so I'm gonna say that's a little too out there for a setup like this. So they don't have what you're looking for.
I'm not surprised. For those of you who are wondering, Dragon's Beard is they take like a string of honey, coat it in. I'm having a brain fart. They coat it in powdered sugar, and they just keep like folding it over itself, so you have this very fine grain of like stringed honey coated in powdered sugar, and then they wrap that in peanut butter or chocolate or whatever you want, and it's crazy.
That
Seem to
sounds
make it
really good.
really like the way they stretch it is really neat.
I want that now.
I do too. But Boomer's gonna look at the guy at the wagon. Well, you were set up here. Who'd you have to talk to about setting your truck up in the fair?
Oh, it was weird. It was me, and he points. A couple of the other trucks around here are just mostly. I think a couple are from here, but around the neighboring towns, we got a flyer of all things say that there was this circus coming to Fairdale, and they were looking for food trucks to sell during the time they were set up. And they said it seemed a little sketchy, but you know how work goes. Sometimes you're in a dry spell, sometimes you're doing great, and well, been in a bit of a dry spell over in Tuckersburg. So we all it said was you just have to show up where they were setting up, and so long as you had all your licenses and everything, they'd let you set up and sell. So
Nobody asked you for your license. It's just you didn't talk to anybody.
I've had a couple of those weird guys come around. You know, like the guy that's at the gate. I've just been calling him Spooky. I don't know what his name is, but that guy is like weird. So a couple of them came and helped us hook up. I did see, now that you mention it, our first day, it was the day before it actually opened last week. There was a woman walking around talking to him. I didn't really get a good look at her. She was kind of standing behind the corn dog vendor over there, but I could see her. She had red hair. That's about all I really know. So I think that whoever they work for, or someone that works with them, is a chick with red hair. But I don't know who she is or what she does or anything like that.
Oh, I appreciate that. DM, quick question with mystical.
Yes.
Is I don't have spells. Can I still try to do something magic-y bow using mystical?
What do you want to do?
I was going to try to magically message the rest of the group that there's a lady with red hair that seems to be in charge.
No, that's a power you have to actually have, which I think Paloma actually has.
No, that's me.
Okay.
Rin has that power. That's an actual ability you need to have.
Cool. I didn't know that.
I was gonna probably reach out to everyone soon to like say anything new, what's the update.
Yeah, we're gonna try and reconvene with everyone.
Okay, well, we'll finish out this scene with them, and then if you want to go ahead and contact everybody, we can do that. So the guy finishes your food, passes it through the window to you. There's fried ice cream and churros. He's got like these homemade, choco taco things. They've got homemade ones like that, and yeah, they actually sell a whole lot of different foods. So if he threw in some tacos and some elote in a cup for you.
Oh, thank you so much. And she hands over the money. And before she leaves, she says, "Oh, hey, by the way, I know it's pretty hard, with all the people that you're probably serving and everything." But she pulls out her phone and she like scrolls through like the Twitter. What's the kid's name who's missing? Or that was mysteriously gone?
Christian.
You haven't happened to have seen this kid around. Sometime yesterday, last night, early this morning.
He looks at your phone, kind of scratches his chin. I think I did. He came with a bunch of other kids, mostly girls, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came by and got a couple churros. Nice enough kid. Didn't see him after that. Something happened?
Just trying to check on him. He was here last night and nobody remembered seeing him leave. I just wanted to make sure he didn't stay too long after this place closed.
Huh. Well, no, I can't say I saw him again, but I'll keep an eye out. It gets pretty quiet after the gates close. So, it I mean, I got a cot back here. I've just been staying in the truck a lot cheaper than getting a hotel in town. About the only sound that ever comes at night is back at the main tent when I guess they're practicing their shows and stuff.
Any noises in particular that sound really weird?
Uh, I don't know if you'd call it weird or not. There's usually lights back there, and they're not too loud. Mostly it's talking, but I can't ever really hear what it is, and I didn't think it was any of my business to find out.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Well, thank you so much for all the food. I'm so excited to give you guys a super awesome review.
I look forward to it.
Thank you. Bye. I hand off like food and everything. I hand off like one of everything to everyone else. I'm just like, we are so doing an awesome review for this. They're so cool.
There you
Yeah.
go. You got some corn. Got
All
the
right.
elote in a cup.
All right. Well, look, we got to get everybody knowing, but I think I might be able to figure out what's going on. He said behind the tent. Now I'm sure I can get back there and get a good eye on it. And I mean, if you let everybody know that's where I'm going, I'm going to head that way real quick. All right.
Before you do, Ren, do you want to contact everyone?
Well, I was gonna ask, can we do that without transforming?
Tsukiko pipes up. I might be able to send a message out to everyone.
All right. Well,
I mean, we also do have cell phones, right?
Yeah, we have phones.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking 90s anime. My bad.
Wow.
Dartisha's only been using her cell phone this entire fucking time.
And I'm assuming we have like a group call.
Can Ren have already been walking up and be like, I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
the
we could.
open.
I'm
I
just.
pop open, yield 90.
If you guys want to say that you're reconvening, that's fine. Because
Well,
I like, duh, they have self. I'm thinking, I guess I went into Dresden mode where we can't use technology.
I was going to say, what Boomer's going to do, being overconfident, is Boomer's going to try to get behind that tent right after finding out that's where weird stuff's being reported from, while everybody else reconvenes. Like they are sure that they can find something important back there.
All right, look, if you go by yourself, she digs in her backpack real quick and hands him a flashlight. And goes, okay, well, look, just be careful and like also, I don't know, use the kettle corn as a weapon because I'm pretty sure that stuff is toxic.
Oh, that I intended.
I'm coming with you.
I would say this is probably I would think this is before everybody got there, though, because we hadn't tried to reconvene yet when we got the info.
But I said that Ren was already coming up. Like they were already headed back anyways.
Okay, I missed that.
Yeah, I would figure Ren and Vivi would be pretty much heading in the same direction.
Okay. So should we just go ahead and reconvene first then?
We sending out a group text. Hey, let's meet up.
Yeah, I think so.
Meet up at the really good food truck, not whatever the fuck they have.
I mean, it's not Tsukiko who's sending out that text. She's got one of those old school Nokia bricks.
Yeah, Dartisha's not gonna let you. It'll take like 12 years.
So kind of pictured Ren already having walking up and like, I think it's opening already at 7:30. What time is it now?
It's still only about 7 o'clock.
Okay.
You guys have about a half hour to kill. So if you want to try and find a way to sneak around, I'm not saying there is, but you can look or you can keep searching around.
Okay, so I'm assuming we're all together at this point, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so does anyone know, like, okay, for one, Tsukiko, there's no clowns. Good thing.
Shut your
Me and
mouth.
Ren,
You'll
me and
jinx it.
Ren
Don't show up.
looked around everywhere, but we saw no clown. But bad news, it seems like there's a bunch of creepy tall guys. They don't just around. Has anyone noticed that?
Yeah, there was one running like a super gross food cart for kettle corn, and
that's
like
good.
I hold up Boomer's bag, and I'm just like, "That's disgusting. Look at
jeez.
this, gross."
Yeah, that probably has some. That's probably radioactive.
What?
That's why I told him to keep it as a weapon.
What if they were trying to make their own basketball team? They just couldn't cut it.
Maybe. I mean, I don't think that's true. I mean, they look a little bit old to be playing basketball.
Maybe they're like the Monstars from that old movie, but they've had their powers pulled out of them.
Maybe. Juniper, Paloma, did y'all find anything?
Not really.
We don't think there's any animals here, so
We went as
Yeah,
far
I
as we could
noticed
and
some of
didn't
the
hear anything.
tents. I noticed some of the tents are suspiciously empty. You'd think they'd have something in them.
Wait, animals?
Yeah,
there's
like
a
lions
lack
and
of it.
tigers and elephants and that stuff.
What? You don't think they have a petting zoo or something, do you?
Pigs specifically? I mean, I think there's like no animals, period. Or just anything. Like anything that I would think is part of a circus. Like I checked some of the tents and didn't seem to be anything in them. We haven't checked the big tent though.
Well, that's kind of where I'm about to head because like I said, I'm sure I can find something back behind it because the truck driver over there said that weird stuff's been going on back behind it.
Like you said,
Yeah,
inside of it.
then you've seen some red-haired lady that's also been running around with these tall creeps.
I didn't see any red-haired lady, but I guess there has to be a ringleader. I wasn't trying to do a pun, but yeah.
Now, who wanted to try and sneak around back?
Boomer.
I mean, why are they tall creeps? They can't help how they look.
Yeah,
Boomer?
but I take it you didn't see them in action. I don't know. The creepy shoving my gross, nasty, radioactive food into my mouth was, while staring at you straight in the eye, is a pretty damning evidence there.
I was standing right next to you. The kettle corn.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's still pretty damning evidence.
Also, there's like a lot of them around here. It seems like they're part of the, like, I guess they're just like, you would suspect there would be like different personalities at a carnival or at a circus, but you just kind of see those guys.
Well, Boomer wants to go around the big tent. I would fly top cover for that's in, like, she holds her hands up and does the quotation things with top cover.
Now, before you start heading back there, Boomer, I want you to give me, I know you have a negative on this, but I want you to give me an, I think, no, you don't have a negative on this. I don't remember. Give me a mental roll.
A mental?
I'm also going to go with Boomer.
That is an 11 minus 1. That's a 10 on mental.
Damn.
Okay. That's really good. I will say that because you rolled that well, remember that this entire area is enclosed in a gate, like a chain link fence. the chain link fence doesn't go all the way around the back of the big top tent. The chain link fence kind of butts up against the big top, and so the back half kind of juts out from the rest of the area. So the only way you could really get all the way around to the back of this thing is to go scale the fence, climb down, and go around, or leave entirely, go all the way around and get to the back.
Okay, Boomer's going to scale a fence because that seems easier than going all the way around.
And I will remind you, the guy didn't say he saw stuff going on behind the tent. He said he saw stuff going on inside the tent.
Okay, I thought you said behind the tent.
No, he saw lights and heard people talking in the tent at night.
Tsukiko will go towards where a gate for that rear fence is. What does it look like? Is there a gate?
There's like no gate that opens up. The big top is, they butt right up against each other, and this tent is staked into the ground, like with big, heavy stakes. So you can't really. There's really no space in between for you to, try and shove yourself in. But
theoretically, you could technically kind of pull up the tent and duck underneath.
It's staked down pretty good. Like, they tried some of the smaller tents earlier. It was kind of the same thing. They're staked down enough to where you really can't slide underneath. But Boomer, did you still want to try and scale the fence, or did you want to do something else?
There's got to be more than one entrance into the tent because people come in one end and the acts have to come in from the other. So figured there's probably less eyes at the back.
If you want to scale the fence, I guess give me a physical roll.
That is double sixes for 12, 13.
Jesus freaking Christ.
Holy
Where'd your
shit.
good rolls come from?
My computer's apologizing, I guess.
It's a bad time for it to apologize. You scale the fence. You hop over. Go ahead and give me a mental roll if you go behind the fence. Go behind.
I think this is where the luck runs out, folks.
We'll see what happens. Oh,
That's a 2.
Oh,
That's a 2. I'm marking that XPs.
Take the XP. There is nothing back here. There is no flap at the back. It is still staked down. I will say, even though you rolled that bad, at this point you're realizing it might not just be stakes keeping these tents down. Like, you can't even shove your hand underneath. There is no getting underneath this tent. So it looks like the only entrance is from the front.
it's a trap.
I will text everybody and say, something wonky holding down the tent, no back door. Give me 5 minutes to get back.
Okay.
So you guys get that text. And then you hear something near you. And you kind of look around and you see there's a little girl. She's got brown hair and pigtails. I just put her on the thing. She's a little girl. She's kind of standing in between a couple of the food stalls, and she's looking distressed. She's crying a little bit. She looks very confused.
I'm immediately gonna go up to her and be like, "Hi, are you okay?"
And she looks up at you, and she kind of sniffles. And no, I don't know where my mom and dad went.
Where did you see them last?
Well, we were over by the rides, and then I turned around and I was looking at the haunted house, and when I turned back, they were gone, and I don't know which way they went. And she kind of starts crying again.
Oh, do you know what their names are? Or maybe what color shirts they were wearing? We could try to help you find them.
My dad was wearing a blue shirt. My mom was wearing a green shirt. And their names are Sue and Dan. I don't know if they went to a different ride or if I didn't see them walk away, but
Hey, we can try and help you find them.
You sure? I haven't
Definitely.
seen them at all, but I don't know if maybe they're back over by the haunted house looking for me. They usually tell me to go back to where I was if I get lost, and she just starts crying again.
We'll tell you what. Yeah, let's go ahead and go back there, and we'll keep an eye out for him. And Paloma's gonna look back at the group. Have any of y'all seen any of those like kiosks or like the customer areas where we can ask if anyone's shown up asking about their child?
The only thing you've seen like that is the front gate, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I do not think you should go anywhere near those tall, creepy dudes.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust those guys to. Yeah.
So do you guys want to head back towards the rides with the little girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a couple of us could stay with her, and a couple of us can, the rest can split up, looking around.
I'll go look for her parents with her.
Okay, Paloma, she's gonna take your hand. It was this way. Back to the ride. The haunted house was over there next to Tilt-A-Whirl.
Okay,
I have
no problem.
This is a trap, but I mean, it's a little girl in danger, so even if it is a trap.
Yeah, I feel like out of character, Paloma would still probably help the little girl. I don't think she'd question it too badly because she's got like a sister around her age. So it's just like, oh, okay, guess we're finding the parents.
Yeah, it's
She
like
hands her like one of her churros that the churro that she hadn't gotten to yet, and she's like, "Aw, don't cry here." It's like, "Come on, we'll help you find her."
Thank you. So, so you guys are all heading back towards the rides, or just some of you?
I was gonna head towards the tent. Like they got the kid under control. I'm gonna see if I can find the front of the tent.
Well, you guys have to go that. You guys all have to go that way in order to get to the rides and to the path towards the tent. So, as you guys are heading there, just as you're kind of coming into the path, you hear a noise. It sounds like a thump. And the little girl stops and she turns and she's looking at the tent and she says, I think that was my dad. I think I saw his blue shirt. And she starts pulling on your hand, Paloma. I think that I just saw him go into the tent.
This is the big tent?
Yeah. And if you guys look at the tent,
I'm like, I mean, yeah.
I turn
as you look at the tent, you do see that the tent, the flaps are waving back and forth like someone just went through them.
Is that area open already then?
It is not, but there is no gate. There is just a rope across it. So if you do really want to go back there, you can, or you can try.
Well, I mean, gotta go that way anyway.
Go into it.
So the girl is just pulling on you, Paloma. I think I know that was him. It has to be.
Well, sweetie, did you see his face or did you only see his shirt? Because there could be other people wearing the same thing.
I saw his shirt, but I also saw his shoes. He was wearing brown shoes. I know it was him.
Oh, I think this is gonna be bad.
Can I do like a investigative roll? What's really going on here?
Yeah, we'll roll for glimpse of truth.
Actually, I think be vigilant might actually be good too.
I like that.
But I will. Who is rolling glimpse of truth?
I guess I'll do be vigilant.
I was rolling
right now more with my character.
Okay, I'm gonna roll we can do this together to see if I can add +1 to yours.
Can I try to roll emotional to try to convince the girl to stop trying to pull us into the tent right away? So that
I got
way,
a 5.
like,
okay, there's too many people talking.
Yeah, there are. Sorry. Y'all do your senses first.
Were you helping one of us? Who were you helping?
I'll wait
Dartisha?
for M to clear
Okay,
things up.
Dartisha, what were you doing?
I was rolling to glimpse the truth and see if I can investigate like exactly what's going on in this area and with this kid and with that weird dude who just walked in there.
Is everybody still there?
Yep.
Yep.
Go over. Okay. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
we can
went.
hear you.
Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah, so
I was doing a sound test real quick because it went quiet for a second. I was making sure it wasn't on my end.
Okay, yeah.
So you had rolled a 4, Dartisha. What's your mental score to add to that? Hello?
Oh, sorry, I'm here. I had to pull up my character sheet.
Oh.
So it's just 5 then. It's just +1.
Oh, okay. That you get an experience.
Well, do you want the experience, or did you want me to try and help you out to make it? Well, no, it wouldn't be a mixed success. Fuck. Okay, never mind. I'll shut
Yeah,
up.
no, it's fine. I'll take the L.
Okay. Yeah. You don't get to ask a question with that one. Stark, and then Rin, what were you trying to do?
I was trying to be vigilant. I got a 6,
So yeah.
I could also try to help you out, but which would bring you up to a mixed success.
What did you roll, Topher?
I haven't rolled yet. I was seeing if they wanted a help roll just to see if they could.
Did you want the help, Rin, or? Rin.
yeah, if they're willing to help me.
Okay, go ahead and roll to assist.
Someone too.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you get +1, so that makes it a mixed success, but it puts me in danger.
Haha, I'm in danger.
I'm in danger. Okay, so you get to ask one question.
Trying to find the questions, or do I make them up myself?
They're under be vigilant.
Are there any dangers that I haven't noticed?
Yes.
Do I get
Okay,
to
we
know
got that out of the way.
about it?
What?
Oh, I don't get to know what it is.
Nope. There's dangers you haven't noticed, but you don't know what they are.
Hey, let's not go in there yet. Too many weird things are happening. Let's look around the area. Why isn't anyone else going in?
That is very
Because
too
it's
late.
not supposed to be open yet. But I saw him. I know I did.
And Paloma would like to try to roll emotional to try to convince her that it's not a good idea to go in right now since it's not open. Like she'll just play to the whole like, oh, it's okay, sweetie. Like that place isn't open for the public. I don't think your dad would go in there, and try to convince her.
Okay.
Mixed success.
I'll do, but only if you can reassure them. Unless you can reassure her that's not her dad, she's gonna try and start pulling away from you to go find him.
Well, and that's when I would reiterate. You see how it's got that rope right there? That means that the people who are here at the circus can't go in there just yet. That's going to be only for the employees. So unless your dad works here, he's not going to be going into that tent right now.
Yeah, but None of the guys that have worked here look like my dad though. Like they're all those tall weird guys.
You are right, but it could be someone else that works there that we've just not seen yet. And if we're out here, we'll be able to see a lot better because if you want, I can put you on my shoulders so you can get a higher vantage point.
Hey everyone, I want you to look around closely. See if there's anything we're not seeing.
Okay. I will try to glimpse the truth with my my goth ability.
Okay.
Oh, an 8. Nice.
Okay, so you get one.
What new and useful information can I gather?
You look up at the tent and you see the face of one of those tall, gaunt guys looking out at you. And they're looking around, and then they see you, and you see their eyebrows kind of go up like an "oh crap" expression, and then they duck back in.
Oh yeah, they are trying something. We need to get ready if something happens. Because I have a bad feeling.
So
Wait, are you saying that out loud?
Yeah, I'm saying that out loud.
Can I try to glimpse the truth specifically on this little girl just to make sure she's actually a little girl that needs help? Because that's going to dictate what Paloma's going to do.
you could,
If we need to go
if
in
she,
the tent.
you could, if she hadn't let go and was already going underneath the rope.
Oh, I didn't know she let
shit.
go. I thought she
I
was
have
just
a
fighting
question.
me.
Yeah, I would have tried to stop her.
Tsukiyumi has a question.
Yes.
Okay, so while all this is going on, where is Tsukiyumi and Boomer? Are they with the group or still back behind the tent?
That's up to you.
Well, if Boomer saw nothing and decided to climb back over and regroup, then I'm with him. If not, as soon as the girl said she saw her dad go into the tent, she would immediately go into the tent.
Boomer, have you gotten back to the group yet? Or
I was assuming because you hadn't asked me anything, I'm like Sir Lancelot running around the back of the tent, just never getting quite close enough to the fence. Because I mean, if I hopped the fence and went around to the back, and this is a really big tent, it would make sense that this probably be about the time they're actually getting the text from me that I can't even get my hand underneath the back of the tent, and there's no back exit to the tent.
I mean, is the tent really that big?
I guess that's up to the DM, because if it's a big top tent, then it's got to be sizable.
I'll say that between you going to do this and coming back and then finding the girl and standing there and having walked towards the ride area, just as she slips away from Paloma is when you start coming around the corner and seeing them.
And if she's going to run into the tent, like Paloma is going after the little girl to try to stop her, or
Yeah, she is making a beeline for that tent.
that's fine. Paloma's gonna book it too then.
Jesus Christ, no, don't just run after kids.
You do when
Paloma's
they're lost.
Paloma's heading towards the tent. What's everybody else doing?
Out of character, I know it's not a smart idea, but as of right now, she genuinely thinks it's a lost little girl.
So,
Okay, well, let's go. I follow behind.
just so
Boomer,
I know what's going on. Boomer and Tsukiko come back around the tent, and they see everybody else kind of running after this little girl.
Pretty much.
I would say if I was going to go last, since Boomer's just coming back, if Boomer sees everybody going into the tent, they are going to make sure as they're running to be kind of behind a food truck, and they are going to transform.
You're gonna transform in the middle of the thing.
Behind a food truck or tent as running.
The problem with that is where you guys are is right towards the path that is going up to where the main tent is. And at this point, this is where there are no gaps in between any of the tents, and all of the games and food trucks are a little bit further behind you. So you'd have to backtrack, hide behind one, and then go back to where you were transformed.
Okay. Lack of logistical knowledge there. Boomer's just gonna barrel in that direction then.
Now I should have explained that better, but you would to do that you would have to backtrack, find somewhere to hide behind, transform, and go back to where you were. So everyone's heading into the tent.
Boomer's just gonna yell while trying to see where everybody's at. What the heck just happened?
Anyone answer Boomer?
Going
Yeah,
in the tent. In the tent.
Dartisha
Yeah.
waves.
I'll answer him.
Can Paloma try to roll like a physical to see if she can at least catch up to the girl and maybe try to stop her just before she enters? Or shortly after she enters? If not before.
Trying to think of how fast she'd already moved. Because by the time you guys all start running after her, she's at least halfway towards the tent.
Why are they all running into the tent like madmen, Boomer?
I don't
I can
know,
say
but they're
you-
saying get in the tent.
Dartisha waves them down and is just like, they're chasing after a kid.
Yeah, this whole thing screams danger to me. I don't think we're gonna like what we see in that tent.
Yumi's just gonna like cup her mouth and yell out, "Stranger danger!"
Is the child the stranger?
Paloma, if you want to make a physical roll, we can see what you get, and that'll determine what
happened. A big tent after a kid.
She's the same age as my youngest sister, okay?
That's not what I'm arguing.
That's not bad.
That's real good.
Little kid. Their
That is
dad's
pretty
supposedly
good.
their parents are lost, but like
Okay, so you don't stop her, but you do start sprinting, and you make it you get to the entrance to the tent just as she does. So you kind of both get there together. And when you get there, she takes a few more steps in and stops and says, "It's dark in here. Dad?" And she takes a couple more steps in. And it is dark in here. You can see shapes. You can tell that it's a circus tent. You can tell where the poles are that lead up to the top of the tent that hold it up. You know, those I don't know what they're like, the circular things you have people stand on in the rings in the tent. It looks like there's kind of a grandstand kind of stage at the very back where you would have thought there was another flap to get out the back like Boomer did, but it's not there. There's really no much light coming in here. It's all coming from the flap that you guys entered into. And I would say at this point, the rest of the group is now catching up to Paloma and the little girl.
Yeah, she wouldn't have run any further in. Like, once she had to step inside, but the girl was still away, she would have just waited right there.
Does everybody else step inside with Paloma?
Yeah, I'm right behind her.
Okay.
I'm not going in there yet.
Yeah, I'm taking a moment to just watch. Like, I'm approaching the entrance. I'm close by, but I'm just waiting a moment.
And like Paloma would have stopped, like, I guess in the entryway, like not blocking it, but like so, you know, she would still be clearly visible from outside. She's not just gonna like disappear into the darkness or something.
Juniper is 100% dashed in after the kid.
Huh?
Juniper is 100% just like dashed in after the kid.
Okay,
She's-
or go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So it's Paloma, Juniper, and V in the tent at this point.
Boomer would definitely be going in. He's like, well, if our friends are in there, we can't let them just run into the dark by themselves. I mean, that's probably the creepy murder tent.
It's definitely the creepy murder tent, but like,
No, let's just. We're right here. Let's just see what's gonna happen.
So
Have
the
we
little
seen that guy again? Like,
what?
is there anyone else that we can see?
You really don't notice anything at first. It's weird. Vivian, you saw one of those guys at the entrance. You saw the flap moving before, so there must be somebody in here. And the more your eyes kind of adjust to the darkness, you realize that there's probably on either side of the big top, there are 3 smaller tents inside that you can assume that there's stuff stored in there, but you're really not sure. It's an odd looking thing to see in this kind of tent, though.
Yeah, I
So
don't like the look at this.
the little girl is kind of walking in. She's looking around. She's like, Dad, I know you're here. I saw you.
Sweetie, I don't think he's here.
And Juniper, you said that you came in with the girl, right?
Yeah, I'm like, hello? Is anybody here?
And she kind of is clinging to your arm a little bit, like, I know I saw him. I know I did. And Juniper, when you say, hello, is there anyone here? Lights flash on. Big spotlights from up towards the top of the tent flash on, and they're pointing straight down at the stage at the back. It's not so much a stage, just as a raised platform. And you hear a voice say, well, hello there. And on the top of this thing, blah, stage, Brian. Let's see. You guys can see the little girl token, right?
Yeah, we
Yes.
can.
Okay, I'm just making sure because I never did put as players can see it. So I was making sure it was actually on there for you. So you look up, and standing there on the stage is a woman. She has bright red hair and a long braid going down her back, red eyes, red lipstick, a red shirt and she has yellow bows that accent with leather pants and knee-high boots. And you actually have never seen this woman before. You don't recognize her. And she looks at you and she smiles with she has slightly pointed canines. She says, well, well, well. Look who's come to see our show. And we're going to take a break real quick because I got to go to the bathroom. So just give me like
Cliffhangers.
Oh, cliffhangers.
Y'all, the GM's gone. Let's beat her up.
I'll be right back. Okay, I think that Hewitt has put us back on live, and he will join us in a minute.
Yeah, we are live.
So we are back. So, you guys had gone into the tent following the little girl. The lights came on, and there is a woman, a red-haired woman, standing up on the stage at the very end of the tent. And she looks down at you, and she says, "Oh, well, isn't this an interesting little group that's wandered into our tent?"
I mean, you kind of left it open.
"Oh, but I believe the sign says that we don't start the show until 7:30.
But it's still open. I mean, you'd expect, kids to just walk in here,
Well, suppose we'll just have to have a special show just for you.
Yeah. Oh, wait, that's bad, isn't it?
And then, not Paloma, Juniper. You feel the little girl, she's squeezing your arm really tight. And then, all of a sudden, she's not just squeezing your arm. All of a sudden, you feel kind of a sting where she's grabbing you. And you take one harm.
Ah!
You look down, and she's still the same little girl, but you see that something about her face has changed. Her eyes look red, and she's smirking at you. And she says, "It's definitely gonna be a special show for you, Zodiac warriors."
I try to shake her off.
She lets go, and she jumps back, and then she starts floating. She kind of floats up in the air, and then she starts to shift and change, and you no longer see the little girl. Instead, you see another woman, about the same height as the woman up on the stage. She also has dark red eyes, slightly pointed canines, dark blue hair. She has on a black jacket with silver trim. Again, she also has a bow on her back, which is red rather than the yellow of the other woman. It's similar. She's got a pair of black pants and black boots, and around her hands you see just a little bit of just dark. There's just darkness kind of gathered around her hands. And as she changes, she looks down at you and she smirks. And you actually do know this woman. This woman is actually one of Eclipse's generals who you have faced before. Her name is Scorpius.
Also a fan of MCR's Welcome to the Black Parade, I see. Judging by the outfit.
Oh dear God, not again.
And she smiles at you. "Oh my gosh, that was too easy." And she looks over at the woman on the stage. "I told you they'd fall for it, Leonis." "Yes, you did. You were right for once, Scorpius." Now, you two are in a tent with what you can assume is at least one general of Queen Eclipsa. And you're starting to get the hint that maybe the redheaded chick is also one of the generals of Queen Eclipsa. And you currently are still in your everyday forms.
I'm going to transform.
Oh, yes.
Same.
So you all transform. You may change your nickname on Discord to your warrior name. Yep, Sailor Moon style.
It's always super polite of the of the people you're facing to allow you to transform.
Right.
It's like, just give us 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes real quick.
Well, I'm going to say, just based on Boomer's transformation, people might be stunned for a split second. There are high-heeled
Considering
cowboy
part of-
boots involved.
And chaps, so I'm not surprised.
Chaps that may or may not be a specific type of way.
Yes, but there are pants underneath it because I was informed there had to be.
So Iona's like, yeah, you're not doing assless. Put on some pants.
I mean, we are high school students. That would be kind of.
I told him no to assless, so
I was going to do this like Final Fantasy style. Like, there is a thong underneath it, but but no, I can't do the Final Fantasy with a ton of buckles and the weird outfits.
no, you're also underage, so it's creepy that way.
That is true.
That is true.
So you guys do your transformation into your Zodiac warrior forms. And what are you gonna say?
I was going to say, what y'all see with Boomer is a big black duster with gold lining it, 2 massive golden shoulder pads that are shaped like cow horns, a cowboy hat. I couldn't get it on Hero Forge, but it has like a little like Sailor V style mask over the eyes. No shirt, but a big symbol of Taurus on the chest, a massive cowhead belt buckle, knee-high, high-heeled cowboy boots, and is holding a gold revolver.
Yeah, so with Vivian, the warrior Virgo, you see kind of like this black and purple sort of smoke envelop her, and as it dissipates, you see she was in kind of like a goth get up, kind of a casual look, but now she's in a more neo-Vic sort of witch look with a silly mask, a hat, and of course she's a goth kid, so she would also in her transformed state have combat boots on. But she also, you see a umbrella with the symbol of Virgo on it, and it looks to be made of metal.
Should we all describe our magical girl outfits, or?
Yes.
I was kind of hoping we would.
Yeah, if people want to go ahead and quickly describe them. I know some people are kind of running out low on time.
So the warrior Capricorn is dressed all in green and gold, and she has little earrings that have like that Capricorn symbol on them, and a flower crown, and she kind of like poses dramatically and was like, "Where evildoers are, we will be."
I facepalm.
I thought we talked about not doing that.
Listen, I just go Utana.
you get a PowerPoint for that.
Heck yeah.
And I have been forgetting to pass those out. I apologize.
So Ren kind of has a dramatic transformation too. Her black hair basically kind of turns like a light aquamarinish blue. She's very blue themed. Again, her hair is light. She's wearing this kind of short to mid-length kimono with tall, almost knee-high blue boots. She has essentially a bow and arrows that are kind of ethereal and really, they're almost hard to see, but they look like they're made out of air. She has this blue bow in the back, and she has this really cool kind of little flashy technological eyepiece she's wearing.
Sweet. Who's next?
Uh-oh.
Hello?
No.
Hello?
Paloma, Dartisha, Tsukiko.
Yes, sorry.
I'll be honest, I wasn't fully aware that I was also transforming.
Oh,
Sorry,
everybody,
my bad.
if everybody else is transforming, Tsukiko is gonna follow suit because she doesn't want to be left out. She takes the bow wrapped in cloth off her back and slides the cloth off, slowly running her hand up the toruchi of the bow, which is the longer edge, and then using her body weight to pull down on the top port section as she runs the string up. As she's doing so, her clothing and demeanor changes. And she is now wearing a more akin to a shrine maiden's outfit with a lamlar breastplate and having white foxtail and ears with the tips being black and more akin to fox eyes to see beyond what a normal human can see as she raises the bow above her head and pulls the string back, lowering it down to chest height, ready to fire.
Cool.
Dartisha kind of walks into the room and she's just like, "You guys left me out there," and okay.
We're doing this now.
Yeah, so this is happening, huh?
Sorry, it's the bad guys are right there.
Yeah, they're right there.
Dartisha,
Yeah.
we're doing the thing! We're doing
All
the
right.
thing!
All right, fine, I'll do the thing. And she reaches into her bag and pulls out a hairpin, a Japanese floral hairpin, and sticks it in her hair. And her braids sort of unroll from their sort of bantu knot style, and they fold up into a more traditional style bun, still braided. And there's shocks of yellow that sort of weave through her braids, and her clothes are replaced with sort of a grayish slate blue drop crotch pants and a gray undershirt with a matching blue sort of that same slate blue jacket with yellow trim. And she has on sort of the more traditional sort of ninja slippers that match the gray of her undershirt. And she she poses, she said, "Okay, I'm late, but I'm ready to go. Let's go."
Yeah, Juniper already did the speech.
Okay, I totally missed that. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody planned theirs out really well. Okay.
We have got to work on this just a little bit.
Well, everybody ran in after a child. What was I supposed to do?
I mean, we're still learning.
It's a valid point. I mean, we are brand new at this. I mean,
I like how we're just having this conversation as we're like facing off against them.
And you! I gave you my churro. How dare you?
the DM is currently getting the pizza at the front door instead of asking me to go get it.
Oh, fair play.
Quick, the DM's gone.
Yeah, and Warrior Libra is not wasting any time. She's just shooting.
Pretty much. Pew pew.
T-pose on him.
Y'all talk
I'm
too
still
much.
pissed. That was my churro. Do you know how good those are? They're really good churros.
I won't have a churro in forever.
I love that the battle cry that we're going to be running into is "You took my churro."
It's a good battle cry.
You ungrateful little witch. You just took my churro.
Hey, though, I'm going to say this, with the exception of like 4 or 5 times, we've done really good about not cursing during the game that's supposed to be about magic girls.
I
I
know.
feel like
and that's
subconsciously
hard.
playing I feel like subconsciously playing a teenager makes me less likely to curse. Like, I don't know
I
why.
only
It's
cussed
just-
through my childhood.
Only
This is
the opposite
weird.
is true, though. Teenagers curse up a storm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's when you learn how to cuss.
That's when you learn all the good swears.
It's true.
Yeah, if you can't conjugate the F word by the time you hit sophomore year, you're doing something wrong.
You have to
See-
learn when to put the F word, you know?
I'm a priest kid. The other kids in high school didn't want to curse in front of me because they thought that I would narc. I didn't hear curse words until college. I wish I was joking.
If you can cuss in 2 different languages, especially in Spanish, then you're doing great.
Oh yeah. Now
I kind of want to see what their facial expressions would be if they ever heard you curse.
I've met people again that I went to high school with, and they're very much like, oh, see, priest kids usually either go crazy or they just stay Christian forever. You want the crazy route. I'm like, yeah, that's accurate.
I mean, fair
What
enough.
about it?
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Yeah, we were just having a conversation about how we're gonna transform next time.
Yeah, we're super professional about this. We apologize to the bad guys for a second, like, sorry, like, second time.
I'm
Quick
pissed.
request.
You stole my churro, you ungrateful little witch.
Quick request. Can Pisces transform as well? I haven't got to transform yet.
Oh, no, yeah.
You need to do it.
Oh, God.
Oh my god, yes, go, please.
I didn't really think of it like super thoroughly as y'all did because y'all have like really cool descriptors, so I apologize that mine is going to be very poor.
That's fine.
No, it's gonna be great.
And I'm 100% like riffing on my favorite like Tokyo Mew Mew and Sailor Moon style transformations. So it's going to involve a lot of spinning around. But so Paloma is basically going to start spinning in what appears to be a ballet spin, but there's actually a little bitty circle of ice that starts to form underneath her as she begins the spin. And as she does, she's going to have her limbs out and then pull them in, and it ends up kind of making like a crystallized like ice diamond around her briefly. And then she throws her arms out to stop the spin, and like small fragments of ice, like more just kind of like a little bit of frost spews out, and she's now covered in like a leotard up top, but with a figure skater style dress that hangs down, and it's all covered in sparkles and ice, with a tiara up top, and she now has her figure skates on rather than her hockey skates, that have a layer of ice on them, so she's able to spin into a point, and then she kind of flares out in a way like a Olympic figure skater would land after doing like a very nice like spin jump, and just much more girly than one would expect Paloma to be. The end.
Boomer's going to applaud.
There's a small golf clap.
I just hope you don't have to run in those figure skates.
Oh, they're
Thankfully,
magic.
not running.
I mean,
She skates around now. It's like
She
there's a
produces
layer
her
of ice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she produces her own little layer of ice.
Yeah, so rather than like ice skating on ice, the blades just have ice on them, so they can just kind of skate on anything.
Kind of a Frozone kind of thing.
Very much so.
So, you guys have transformed, and you commented on the churro. Warrior Sagittarius.
I sure did. You stole my churro. I willingly gave you my churro.
Well, then it's not stealing, is it? And then she's gonna flip it up in the air and eat it.
Boomer's actually going to, or I should say, Warrior Taurus is just going to shoot at her and the churro as it's about to go in the mouth.
Okay.
Yeah, Ben wasn't wasting any time and was firing her bow too.
All right. Roll to. How do you roll to hit? Oh crap. Chris,
Physical.
help.
It's
Okay,
physical.
so the way, just to catch everyone up on how it works in this, it's no turn order. It's a act-react situation. So you're going to say, okay, let's say that Warrior Taurus is shooting their gun. They need to roll a clash roll. Unless you're not specifically trying to hurt them, You would do well. Actually, let's see. Be vigilant. Protect someone. Yeah, it would be clash. So they would need to roll physical.
Okay. Also, what do you use PowerPoints for?
PowerPoints, they come like as you get your power pole, you should look at the bottom right of the second page. It gives you a list of what you can do with PowerPoints.
Yeah,
I
you
can't.
can.
I can't
spend-
open
you can,
up the. I can't open up
You
the
can
PDF.
spend one. I'm trying to read it. You spend 1 to gain a +1 on roll. Spend 2 to gain advantage on your next roll. Roll 3d6 and drop the lowest roll. You can do a team attack if you all have enough. But I don't think you guys have enough to do a team attack.
Yeah. How many PowerPoints do we have right now? I know we
One.
start with 0, so we all have one.
I got one.
Yeah, I got one too.
I have one.
I don't know if I've gotten one, so that would be GM discretion though.
And Juniper has one.
But yeah, you would do a clash attack and go based on roll that, and then basically based on what they roll, you're going to have the bad guys react to it, and with the clash roll, you can do damage back. It's kind of like y'all are trading blows, basically.
Right. It's like kick some butt in Monster of the Week.
Yeah.
So
all right. So, Christina, do you want to go first with your roll, or do you want me to go first?
It doesn't matter.
Taurus.
I'll just say one. Like, if you want, you could actually just go down the line if it makes it easier for you, or just however you want to do the react sort of thing, or if you just want to just do it improv style, it's up to you. Like, you're the GM, so you can do it how you want. I'm sorry, I'll shut up now.
Well, Taurus, you said that you were going to try and shoot the churro. And shoot. Are you going to just try to shoot the churro, or are you going to try and shoot her?
I'm going to try to shoot through the churro to her. Like, as she's tossing it up, as it's about to go in her mouth, just shoot both. Because she'll seem... I'm assuming she's distracted.
Okay. So roll physical.
Oh, that's garbage. That is a 5.
Yep, you take a point of experience. And you just miss it. Right, the bullet goes right over the churro as it falls into her mouth. And she chews it up and she just laughs at you. Nice shot.
My turn.
Your turn.
Basically happening right at the same time.
Oh,
That is a 10.
Oh, that's
nice.
So you get to choose an extra effect.
Oh, okay. Mine is already far and wounding. Let me check the other effects.
If you do knockback, if she has the churro in there, you can knock her far enough back that the churro misses her mouth.
I'm trying to find
force them to drop
clarification.
something they are holding, the churro.
Just spits the churro back up.
Ew.
Avenge my churro.
Yeah. Good shot.
Again, I
Or I
have
could do
I have
extra
restraining, so if I'd actually hit, there would be a lasso made out of glitter, or a rope made out of glitter around her head, holding the churro just like at her nose.
All right. I know we should probably do more damage, but I'm gonna make her drop the churro.
So your arrow hits. And as it hits, she's already chewing it up, but as it hits, she kind of goes, "Puh! Nice shot." And how much damage is that?
I don't know. How do I?
If you have wounding, it's 2 harm.
2 harm. Well, she's got armor, so that's negated.
Damn, I should have done the +1.
She would do damage back though. Like whatever her weapon is, she would do damage back.
And that
Like
serves
just
you right.
automatically.
Yeah,
would
it would,
I would do it
be
auto.
automatic.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to roll anything as the GM for Powered by the Apocalypse.
But I'm going to try something as it. Well, I'll let you describe the scene. I'm sorry.
So anytime we attack, they automatically succeed in attacking us back?
Yeah.
For the clash roll, at least, there's like different ways you can attack without that, and I think be vigilant is it be vigilant or keep your wits about you? You can do damage without because I know in Monster of the Week you have act under pressure and kick some butt, which are both that you can use them for damaging, but in different ways.
Okay.
Okay, she doesn't throw an attack at you. What happens is she cups her hand and brings it upward. And you feel something shift near your feet. And you look down, and out of the ground underneath you come 4 little spectral scorpions. And they all kind of jab at your foot, and you take 1 harm or 1 damage.
I would like to use an ability to protect someone. I'm going to use my shield ability, which is my mystical ability. Gives me +1 to protect someone, and I'm going to basically what you see is you see like this weird smoke shoot and crawl across the ground towards her, and then from that you see a shield, a metal shield with the Virgo symbol, try to block it.
Okay, do you have to roll for that to protect someone?
Yeah, I gotta roll 2d6 +2 because I get a +1.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a 9.
So you get 1. You get to choose an extra option.
Okay, I'm going to have the damage.
Okay, so we will say that negates that harm, just for simplicity's sake.
So it's 1.
No, it originally was only 1 harm, so you don't take any.
I got your back.
Take 0.5 damage.
Yeah, we're not dealing with that.
Take 1.25 damage.
So after you get hit, after Scorpius is hit, you see Leonis up on the stage. Next to her, shimmer into existence, are 2 spectral lions. She says, "Really, Scorpius?" And then she is not going to use the lions, but she is going to use her whip. And she is going to make an attack against Warrior Taurus.
Going with the whole ringleader thing.
Okay, for Taurus, you would have to roll, I think it's Thwart Peril.
Which is physical.
Because in this game, the DM doesn't have to roll, which is really nice.
That is a 10. I rolled a 10 for Thwart Peril.
Okay. I hadn't done anything yet.
I thought you were attacking, and Chris told me roll.
I had,
Peril.
but I hadn't done it yet. And then Chris threw that out there, and I got confused.
That's my bad. I need to shut up.
Yeah, you don't. As the DM, you don't have to roll anything.
Okay, so she pulls out her whip and she goes to strike you with it. And she says, "Must I do everything myself?" And she strikes you with it, and you're able to dodge it. So, who else is doing something?
Can Pisces attack?
Yep.
And that's clash, right?
Yeah.
And it's just a physical roll.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh
And
shit.
who are you attacking?
Remind me the names. The one in the red shirt is, and the one in the.
That's the one in the red shirt is Leonis. The one in the black shirt is Scorpius.
Okay. I'll do Leonis.
All right. And let's see. All right. How much damage do you do? And
That's a good question. And I also have returning, forceful, and stun,
you get
and
you get one
restraining.
extra effect.
So I have returning, forceful, stun, restraining, and I get to pick one more.
Yep.
Can I inflict extra harm in that case then?
Yeah, that's what you want to do.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. So she is she standing on like a platform or something?
Yes.
How close to the edge is she?
Not very close. The back of it kind of butts up against the tent, and she's kind of standing in the middle.
Okay, I'll try to just like I guess knock her back like 5 feet using the forceful trait. And yeah, that works for me.
Okay, how much damage is that?
How do I find that out?
You have forceful. Do you have wounding?
I don't have anything that modifies the damage on my attacks.
And you
Only
pick-
that modifies the effects.
Did you pick extra damage?
No. Well, for the 10 plus, yes, I did pick one extra harm.
So that'd be 2.
Okay.
Armor. Okay. I have to scale back their armor now that I'm looking
So
at
she
it.
should be restrained and stunned now.
Okay, so she didn't actually take any harm, but she is restrained and stunned. All right. Okay. We got Capricorn, Sagittarius, and Virgo.
Gemini.
Oh,
So which
and
of them is
Gemini.
restrained right now?
Huh?
Which of the bad guys is restrained right now? The red one or the blue one?
Which one?
The red one.
Okay.
Leonis.
I'm going to use my restraining vines against the blue one. The blue one is Scorpius.
Yeah, the one with the blue hair is Scorpius. Vincent, what'd you do?
All right. According to the character, to my character part in the book, I don't think I need to roll for vines, but if you want me to, I can.
What does it say in the book?
It's on page 40, and it just says restraining vines. You can manifest vines to manipulate targets. Forceful restraining.
Doesn't sound like you have to roll for that.
Is that your mystical ability?
It's under my life ability or my life connection.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, it sounds like it just like you might want to do like if you want, you could force her to do a roll if you want, but it doesn't sound like it.
I mean, it doesn't sound like it requires one unless you wanted to do damage. Then I'd say do a clash roll, but if you just wanted to grab her, you don't have to.
My character doesn't really do damage, but I can restrain her so that someone else can damage her.
Okay. So, hang on. Oh, what happened?
They're
There we
back.
go.
Okay. So, all right. What happens? That is, you summon your vines, and they shoot up from the ground, and they do wrap around her legs. So she's held where she is, but she can still do stuff from up there. So, that was Capricorn. Oh wait, she gets to do something back, huh?
Yeah, it's a action reaction sort of deal.
Okay. In that case, she does pretty much the same thing she did before. She cups her hand, and 3 more scorpions come out underneath your feet and jab at you for 1 damage.
And I'm gonna same thing. That's basically my thing, is shielding people.
All right.
Ironically. 11. So
Of course, now
that's
you're.
on a 10 plus hold 2. So I'm gonna have the damage of the attack, and I'm gonna put the attacker in a bad position, giving an ally +1 forward against an attack. Who's one of our damage dealers?
Tsukiko can deal damage.
Yeah, I can deal damage too. But
I think most of us can deal damage. But
I can deal basic damage, but it's more like the status effects that Pisces is good at.
My character is mostly support.
I got wounding.
Okay, so I'm gonna give +1 forward to Sagittarius, and you see like the smoke go from who is it, Libra to, I'm trying to remember all the names on this.
Capricorn to Sagittarius.
Yeah, it goes to Capricorn, and you see the shield manifest again to block the scorpions, and somehow that allows me to give +1 forward to Sagittarius. So the way forward works is you get +1 on whatever you roll.
Okay,
All
cool.
right. So why don't we go ahead and do Sagittarius next time?
And is she still in the air, or is she on the ground?
She's in the air, but what Virgo just did, the vines kind of creep up longer, and they kind of put her at a funky angle. So that's how she's in a bad position.
Okay. So and just to clarify, can I so my accessory is also a weapon, so I'm using that. Can I
Okay.
also use my mystical connection too?
Yeah, what's your mystical connection?
It's under lightning, and I have fast.
Okay. One sec. What does that do?
So basically what it does is I get enhanced reflexes and speed, and I'm able to get to any location I can see without having to make a thwart peril check.
Oh, so you just do dope monk shit.
Yeah, I'll.
Okay. So I just roll 2 2d6 plus 1.
Yes.
That's a 12.
Okay, yeah. So 12. So I zoom up at her, and so I pull my hairpin out of my hair, and it turns into a giant sword. And I freaking bomb rush this chick, and I'm just like, "You ate my churro!"
You get to choose. Or I'll shut up.
I thought I had anger problems.
Don't screw with my food. and I swing at her, and it's a hand weapon, so it does damage close up, and it has wounding and forceful.
So that is how many damage?
It does +2.
So 2 damage. Okay.
And forceful knocked her backwards.
Okay, I will say that when you force her backwards, it does break the vine so that she moves back. And as she goes flying backwards, she's actually going to she has a dagger in her hand, and she's gonna pop you with that for 2 damage.
Ow. So I have 9 HP.
Did you pick the 2 extra things you did?
No, wait. What did I get to do?
On a 12 plus, you add 2 extra effects. So you can take 1 plus 1 forward or give 1 forward to another hero. You can inflict extra +1 harm, suffer less harm, force them where you want, force them to drop what they're holding. And since you got a 12, you can all magic effect on magical heroes get +1 forward. You suffer no damage. You inflict double damage. Force the enemy to flee. So you basically just crit.
Oh, okay. She needs to run now. Either run or she's gonna get the rest of the beat down for eating my churros. My
Okay,
food
that's
I'm making her at.
Beat down.
What's the other?
I can do give extra damage to another player.
You should forward 1 to Tsukiko since she hasn't gone yet.
Yes, so I'll do that. So I knock her back and I freaking glare her down, and I guess I sort of snap my fingers and like a little shock of electricity goes to Warrior Gemini.
Okay, and that adds what?
That's for +1, right?
Yeah, it's a +1 forward, so you're able to give Gemini +1 on whatever they do next.
Oh hell yeah! This is gonna be great. Unless I roll 2 ones.
Okay, Scorpius does flee, but she doesn't flee the tent. She just kind of retreats back to where she's floating over where Leonis is. But she has tried to get further away from you.
You better run.
All right, Gemini.
So which one was Scorpius attacking?
She has attacked Libra and Capricorn, but that was both negated by Virgo.
So blue?
Blue what?
Which one did Strategarius attack? Was it blue or red?
Blue.
Okay.
Oh, Sagittarius. Yeah, she attacked Scorpius, the one with the blue hair.
All right. Well, Gemini is going to loose a hex arrow at her.
Okay.
For 9.
Okay. Is that plus your +1?
Yep. So that's +2 Mystic and plus the 1 from her. Yeah, go figure. 9 across the board. And she is now somehow slowed, and all clash actions gain +1 against her.
Okay.
And it seems like Gemini is just dead locked on to her in particular.
We really don't like Scorpius.
Okay, what was your extra effect? Because you rolled a 10. You rolled a 10.
It? I thought I rolled a 9.
Yeah, they rolled a 9.
I thought that was with your plus. Never mind.
No, it +2 Mystic plus additional 1 from her forward, so it's 9.
Okay. She will do. She can't throw it. She's gonna try the scorpion trick on you as well. So that would be 1 damage.
Hey, unfortunately, I have to pop off soon. We have our weekly Sunday night game starting in about 15 minutes.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we kind of got this. Things kind of got delayed with technical issues, unfortunately.
Yeah,
It happens.
I'm sorry.
No
I'm
worries.
sorry it's taking so long.
Have been playing, y'all. I've had a great time.
I'm glad you could play. I'm sorry you gotta pop off.
That's alright. You have my character sheet if you need it for anything.
Okay.
Bye.
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 Goodbye.
See ya.
Bye.
Suddenly, a character just sits there idly.
The scrolling wheelbar of doom just appears over her character.
What?
Controller disconnected.
Why is
And
And
just
the
Capricorn?
character
saying-
just T-poses.
Why does Capricorn have AFK above her head?
She's just sitting there in an attack pose and just bouncing back and forth.
Okay, Virgo, it's your go.
Okay, so they're getting pretty well restrained at this point. So what I'm going to do I am going to do a similar move to what Gemini did and cast Hex. And you see the spirals of smoke head towards Scorpius. And let's see what happens. Oh, I am rolling scarily good. I don't like it. On a 10 plus, hold 2. Okay, so I can. Oh, shit. I'm going to do 2 things. You see, like, these metal hands, like these gauntlets come up and grab at her to bring her down. I'm going to inflict a negative condition on the target.
Okay.
So she's going to be enfeebled, which I believe means that she has like -1 on Clash or something. I believe.
Okay.
Ultimately, you're the GM, so you can kind of dictate that. And I'm going to force her to drop whatever she's holding. So if she has any weapons or anything.
Yeah, she's got her scorpion tail dagger, so that will fall to the stage.
And y'all just see these gauntlets grabbing her and pulling her down.
Nice.
Does that do any damage?
No damage, it's just the Hex ability. Like the Hex ability is kind of like your general magic ability. You can kind of make it do whatever you want within the purview of the skill.
How does someone not be restrained anymore?
Uh,
Hang on.
Is
I
it Dwarf Peril?
yeah, the big thing about the system is kind of learning how to flow between different things, especially if you're used to D&D where you pretty much roll everything, and this one it's more you figure out what you want to do next based on like what's going on.
Okay. If it's a character, it's thwart peril or keep your wits about you.
And you could always have the other person attack or the lions attack us. Because we are just like going ham on like one character.
Let me see something.
Where's it? She stole our friend's churro.
Yeah, but also, yeah, you're right. No. The churro is the most important offense here.
I mean, she's just a jerk in general, but my churro.
Okay, Leonis is still restrained, but she will send out one of her lions. And she is going to go after Pisces, who is the reason why she is restrained.
First of all, how dare you?
And let's see. Okay, I took that out the book, but that's a little high at damage, so we're gonna go with 2 damage for a claw attack.
Alrighty. Is there anything else I do
Okay.
for that, or is it just raw damage?
If the DM wills it, you just take damage.
I believe that's just damage. Well, you could try and thwart peril.
Oh, I gotta remind myself what that is.
You roll plus physical, plus 10, you do what you set out to do, 7 to 9, and GM will offer you a worse outcome, a hard choice, or an extra price to pay.
No, I don't. I can take the 2 damage for now.
Can I do my ability with my shield, or
Are you able to do it with everyone, or?
well,
I know
the
you
way
did it twice in a row before.
well, the way it works is like there is an action and reaction. If anyone has something that they can react to someone, they can use it. But you could just say, "Oh, well, you're focused on another spell." Like that, like it really is just up to you on how you want to paint the narrative.
I would say no because you are restraining Scorpius, so you're kind of focused on keeping that hex working.
Yeah, that's fair.
And Scorpius is going to try to break out.
It is really hard to like not default back to like D&D sort of I got to roll a dice to see if a character does something as a GM for this game.
And she does break free from your hex, so she is no longer restrained or enfeebled. Is that what it is?
She's still slowed.
She is still flowed. She still breaks free, even with a -1.
She's enfeebled, but not. Or I inflicted a negative condition and drop. Okay, so yeah, she broke free of that. Yeah, I forgot what I did.
Yeah, so she is still slowed though.
Can I take advantage of that? Okay, then.
Yep.
Sweet. Okay. Can I use fast again, or is that a one-time deal?
No, go ahead.
Okay, so I am going to rush her down again, sword in hand, and I am going to swing at her again.
Okay. So do a clash roll.
You get +1 for a clash roll because she's slowed.
You do, so that means you get an
Okay, so
8.
8.
All right, so you do damage to each other, but you don't get anything extra. So, how much? How much was the damage on that again? Do you remember? Was it 2?
Still 2.
Okay, and since you had to get up close to her, she is actually gonna headbutt you. She is going to headbutt you for 1 damage.
Okay.
Just because I'm stuck here doesn't mean I'm not gonna hit back.
I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me.
Has everybody gone?
Yep, go ahead, Taurus. What do you want to do?
Taurus is going. What's the situation? I've had to get the child food.
Sorry, honey.
We ganged up on one of them.
Taurus, not Taurus. Scorpius is currently restrained. No, she's not longer restrained. But she is slowed, so she has a -1, or everyone has a +1 against her. Leonis is still restrained, but one of her spectral lines has attacked Warrior Pisces. And then oh wait, she wasn't restrained, so she didn't actually have to just headbutt you, but that's what she did. Warrior Sagittarius was able to do damage to Scorpius, and then Scorpius headbutted her.
All right. So we're going for this one first.
Kick her butt.
She ate the Shiro.
Gonna go after the Shiro lady, and I get a +1 to what I roll.
Yeah.
Son of a gun. Just apparently I rolled that 1 double 6, and then everything else has to be below a freaking damn. Sorry, Boomer's worthless.
No.
Okay. In that case, she is going to point her hand at you, Boomer, or Taurus, and you see the blackness that likes to surround her hands. A little bit of it shoots out and it hits you for 1 damage, but you are also slowed.
I take no damage because of armor.
Fair enough.
I told you should have oiled those guns.
I'm gonna change my
I
dice
just tried
color.
to stab you. Okay. Let's see. Leonis is actually going to try and attempt to get out again. Okay, Leonis breaks free, so she is no longer restrained. And she will I keep forgetting. I hold down control and I try and scroll and it makes everything big. All right. She will also attack you, Taurus. Clashing gets she gets a +1 damage after her initial attack. I think he walked away actually.
Oh no. Quick, do damage to him before he gets back.
He said he had 2 armor, so he's going to take 1 damage. But I think I hear him going back.
What's up?
Oh, there you are. Okay. So she broke free, and she is also going to attack you. And you have 2 armor.
I have 1 armor.
Okay, so then you will take 2 damage.
Sorry, I had to go recut up some pizza for the kid.
So you take 2 damage, and she is no longer restrained. All right, Libra.
I guess I'm gonna try and attack. We don't have enough points to do a team attack, do we?
I don't believe so.
I have one.
Team attack spend points equal to the number of heroes plus one additional. So no, we don't.
Darn.
You can spend one to get plus one on a roll, though.
Ouch. Yeah, that's a 7.
Well, you take an experience point.
Well, if it's a 7, that hits.
Wait, plus, oh, it's a 7? Okay.
Yeah, it's level +2.
Okay, who are you attacking?
What is her name? What is
Redhead, brown or blue hair?
blue hair? What has she been doing?
She headbutted Sagittarius and she did harm. She attacked Taurus.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll aim for her.
Okay, so what's that damage?
Would that be 2? Let's see. Sorry, I'm confused. I'm trying to figure out because I have my weapon, which is wounding.
And that adds +1, right?
Yes. So is it just 1?
No, that would be 2 if you added it, because it would be a base 1 and then you add 1, so it's 2.
Okay. All right.
And she's just gonna pull the scorpion trick again. So 1 damage from 3 scorpions. So let's see, and that was Libra. Pisces, what are you doing?
So
You have a
okay.
spectral light in front of you.
Oh, all right. She'll go ahead and do another kick and send out a blade at the lion then to try to stun and restrain it to keep it from approaching anybody. So I'm guessing
Okay.
clash.
Yes.
Eh. Still a hit, just hit back, right?
It's just a regular hit, yeah.
Yeah, that's straight damage.
So that'd be 1. I'm gonna knock it back 5 feet, and stunned and restraining.
Okay. So it is currently restrained. And how far back did you knock it?
It doesn't really tell me how far, so I'm just assuming is like 5 feet fair for those.
Okay, I will say that you knocked it back far enough that a swipe would not get you.
Okay.
So, okay, Pisces, Capricorn's gone.
And how does stun work in this? Like when they're stunned, does that mean they just can't act or what?
1 second. Stunned, you are unable to move and act for a short period of time.
Okay, so does that mean if I am stunning them when I'm hitting them, they don't get to clash back at me then? Or
I would say not necessarily because it's all kind of happening at the same time. So they might still get their clash on you, but after that they'll be restrained. They'll be stunned for a little while.
Okay. Because that's the confusing thing I know is mine is both stun and restrain is like two separate things.
Yeah, stunned is you can't move or enact for a short period of time. Restrained is you are held in place and cannot move at all, but you can still act. So I would say that they could still get their clash attack back at you, but after that they'd be stunned for at least a round.
That works. And for flavor, the ice that gets left behind when the blade's returned can slowly fan out, and that's what ultimately stuns them. But that's why they're still able to get like a clash off, is it's not fully kind of wrapped around them to stun them entirely.
That works. So, let's see. Now that Leonis did not like that you hit her lion. So she is going to attack with her whip for 2 damage. And then she's going to turn around and look at Scorpius. Get yourself together. If you mess this up, I'm not cleaning up your mess again. Scorpius just glares at her. So, let's go with Sagittarius. You attacked her earlier before Taurus, so we're going to go to Virgo right now.
Okay, so as Leonis is talking with Scorpius, you see the mist sort of build up, and then you see one of the metal gauntlets materialize in a fist heading straight for her head.
Okay, so do a clash roll.
Oh, it's going to be a hex, by the way. I
Okay.
do hexes. I hex. I hexed real good.
Dang, you got it on the ball. So
I'm gonna inflict 1 damage, and then the target is slowed. So they get whoever attacks her next gets +1.
All right. Okay. Let's see. Or why don't we go back to Taurus? And you are currently slowed.
Okay. Can you hear me?
You there?
Can y'all hear me? Give me a second. My key fell off my keyboard.
I think something happened to his keyboard.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Why don't we go ahead and we will come back to Taurus. So why don't we go ahead and
I'm here.
Oh, okay, there you are. What happened?
The control button popped off on my keyboard.
How?
Okay.
Were you trying to clean a crumb out of your keyboard and accidentally popped the keycap off instead?
Yes.
I know that feeling.
So, I'm slowed, but so is Scorpius at this point.
Yes. So that
You should be double slowed.
Scorpius was slowed and enfeebled, but is no longer enfeebled.
So
Tsukimi, or not Tsukimi, Tsukiko slowed her as well.
I don't think you can be double slowed.
Yeah, it's not a stack effect, unfortunately.
Well, you should validate my move.
Oh, well, fuck! I forgot she was slow. That's my bad.
So,
It's okay.
I guess I will use a power, or so it's a straight thing. If I'm slowed and she's slowed, it's just a straight roll. But I'm going to use a PowerPoint to change that to a +1.
You should have a +1 already. Oh,
that's a 10.
We can also be using "We Can Do This Together" to give each other PowerPoints.
Yeah, we can't. We are dumb.
But that's
I
a
can't.
that's a 10, so I'm going to inflict extra harm, which means that's 3 harm.
Okay. Well, that's
And
three
and restraining.
damn. All right, so she can still attack. She just can't move. All right, Libra. Actually, no. She has to do something back at you. So
Who's up?
Retaliation against me.
you take 2 damage minus your armor. Because she summons 6 scorpions underneath you.
That's a lot of scorpions.
That's a lot of scorpions, so I take 1 point of damage.
Okay, Libra.
Well, there's not much else I can do. I guess I would telepathically communicate to everyone and say, all right, we aren't making a lot of progress. Let's try helping each other out more. We got this.
Right.
And then if I still can, I'll attack.
Can I help with that and do a plus mystical to give her a power?
Yeah.
Nice.
Virgo over here just killing it with those rolls.
Oof. Well, that would be a 7. Oh, I don't know what Topher's gives me. Would that be an extra 1?
Yeah, it gives you an extra 1.
All right,
Okay,
so
so you
that's
just do straight. So what's the damage on that too?
yes.
Okay, she's looking a little rough.
Yeah, so basically what I did was I just distracted her while you came in for an attack, and then you were just right there, fucking them up.
Okay, when you do that, she's still restrained. Damn. Let's see. She's going to gather up another ball of dark energy in her hand, and she's going to fling it at you. Then you'll take 1 damage.
Okay.
And let's go with you. All right, Pisces.
All right. Is the lion still stunned?
The lion will still be stunned this round.
Okay. She'll go ahead and retarget. Sorry, is it Leona?
Jonas.
Leona?
I've got her
Yeah.
back.
She's what?
If I can, I've got your back.
Okay, perfect. I'll go ahead and attack Leonis then with the clash.
Hmm. 9.
Not the worst.
So you get +1 power, and so that's a 10 for you powers.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. I'll do.
And she was slowed, so.
Okay. let me
Holy
see.
shit.
We're abusing those status effects.
So
I'm sorry. I'll shut up.
So you get to pick an extra effect.
Yes. Who has not gone this round yet?
Sagittarius, Virgo, and Gemini. Sagittarius is
Yeah.
next up.
Okay, I'll go ahead and give +1 forward to Sagittarius.
Okay.
How much damage is it?
For mine, it's still the basic 1.
Okay, and she will crack her whip at you for that because she is not restrained. She is just slowed.
And the frost doesn't apply restraining as soon as it hits. It only does it the next round.
Oh, it does. It does do restrain. She's not stunned, is what I should have said. She gets this hit in before she is restrained. So she will hit you for 2 damage with her whip.
Okay. If I'm starting to get low, can I start trying Thwart Peril? Probably not this round, but maybe next round. Or would that need to be my action instead of like attacking?
You could go ahead and do it right now if you want.
I'll give it one more round. I'm not quite ready to risk a penalty if I fail it just yet, and I'm not quite low enough to justify the risk. But probably next
What
round.
are you at right now?
I just hit 6.
You might power points.
I might what now with PowerPoints?
I believe you get power points as you go down in health.
Oh,
thought
I think
that
it's
was
when you hit half health.
So I just
Okay.
hit half.
You get a power point.
Okay. Thank you.
So, let's see. Okay, she is restrained, so she can't move. Okay, Sagittarius.
Okay, so the blue-haired one is like looks super bad now, right?
She's looking rough. She doesn't look great.
Okay, and she's not restrained though, or is she restrained?
She is now slowed and restrained.
Okay, cool. Revenge. So I am going to hit her once again with my sword.
Okay, you get a +1 to that for her being slowed, and you actually got another. You got one from Pisces too, so
Oh shit!
you get a +2. So roll.
Oh no!
Oh shit, dude.
Oh well.
Oh shit!
Fuck.
It.
Nice.
So you get to.
Yeah.
So what was your base damage on the sword?
+2.
So that's 2, and then you get an extra effect.
Okay. I'm gonna inflict. Yeah, I'm gonna inflict the extra harm on him.
Okay, so that's 3. Yeah, she didn't like that, but she is going to grab her scorpion tail dagger, and she is going to get you for 2 damage, and you are currently stunned. But she is not looking so great. She picks it up and she's and she stabs you in the arm, but she's panting. She's not looking so hot. But as
And one damage from that from the sword, or is it just the stun status effect?
It's a 2 damage and ignores 1 armor and then stun. So if you have 1 armor, it ignores it. And you still take 2 damage. And then you are currently stunned.
Okay, that means I'm at 6 health.
You are unable to move or act for a short period of time. So, Scorpius did that. So, Gemini, what are you gonna do?
Well, they're both either snared or stunned or slowed, right?
Correct. Let me Scorpius is slowed and restrained. And so is Leonis.
Okay.
And is she stunned now too?
She's what?
Leonis is stunned now too.
They're both, and there she's stunned. That's right.
In that case, I'll just, use my bow, firing off another hex at blue. Scorpius, I believe.
Okay. So, damn. All right. What's that base damage?
That's a good hex. You're using the same ability as I am, right? The hex ability.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You used hex. So, what does your hex do?
This is just going to inflict 1 damage.
Okay. Okay, so Virgo.
The hands are going to materialize. I see what my team is doing, and I'm going to try and do the same thing. The smoke goes around Scorpius, and you see the gauntlets materialize and head towards her. And this is
Okay.
going to be... And it's a +1, right, on her?
God damn it. Yes.
I'm sorry. So I'm going to inflict 2 harm on her. As you see the gauntlet go around her neck, and then the other one's just like punching her in the face.
God damn. Oh. Okay. She is going to... Let me see. She's going to throw a ball at you. And let me roll something real quick.
As you're doing that, I'm like, how'd that churro taste? Does it taste good now?
Damn.
Okay, you take 1 damage, and she actually, when you get hit with that, and she actually gets 1 back.
She vamped you.
I don't like being vamped.
So we are back up to Taurus.
Okay, am I still slowed?
You got slowed last turn or the turn before?
Turn before, because last time I shot Scorpius or Scorpius.
I will say that no, you are no longer slowed.
Okay, is she still? She is still restrained.
She was still. She will not. She's currently slowed and restrained, but I will say that is about to drop in a minute here.
Okay, so what's that bonus to me then?
+1.
Okay, +1.
And I was gonna help them out. We can do this together.
Okay, so what are you gonna do?
So my idea is I'm like, here, let me help you. And you see like the smoke go around. Who are you attacking? Scorpius?
Yep.
You see the smoke swirl around Scorpius' face, and then it turns into a target. It's like, hit that.
Okay, so you got an
So
8.
Okay, so that is a mixed success. It puts me in danger, but you get +1.
So I have a +3 to whatever I roll then.
Yeah.
That's an 8.
All right, so straight damage. How much damage is that?
That is 2, and that is an additional restrain.
Okay, she is. I guess she's still restrained. Shit.
I'm so sorry. We have so many like
Have they had
crowd
their
control.
own? Have they had their own?
Backing
account?
off some of their armor shit, and now I wish I hadn't.
Have they had
So
some of their own
Taurus is
attacks?
going to
Like,
start walking up and acting like acting like they are reloading. But Taurus is also remembering that there is a bag of really nasty kettle corn underneath the duster.
Oh no.
Okay, Libra.
do they have their own moves they can do?
They do. For reasons.
They've done them a couple times. Not too
Okay.
many, but
We just have like so much crowd control. We're kind of like pinning them.
We're also
Yeah,
ganging up on just one.
maybe I shouldn't have let so much overlap happen.
It's
It's
okay.
easy, like,
Like
hard
like
to
I
get
said,
around.
learning this system, how to make it flow right, is kind of a challenge, especially if you're used to D&D, where it's like you roll initiative and everyone goes down in order. This is more act, react, flow from one scene to the other, what happens next. It's kind of weird to get used to, but
Okay, you rolled an 8 to attack.
Yeah.
And you get a +1, so that's a 9. So
Crud,
so you don't get a
I
extra.
should have said something. I was going to help out, but it's too late.
Let's see. What's the damage?
2.
Jesus. Okay. So your arrow hits and she kind of crumples a little bit. And she looks up at you and she's about to hold her hand out, but then she stops. And all of a sudden you feel this almost oppressive feeling come over the tent.
Oh no.
And Leonis's spectral lions disappear. They just bloop out of existence. And you see them both turn and look up. And in a swirl of black that almost looks like it's dotted with stars, you see floating above them is a third woman.
oh, that's cool.
It's trying to make it bigger and it's not cooperating. And you see both of them just look terrified. And this woman, she's shorter than them. She's actually about the same height as Zoion, which is shorter than most of you. But she has pale skin, the same kind of sort of almost elf-like stubby ears that Zoion has. Very long black fingernails and a red and black dress with blue hair, not dissimilar to Scorpius, but also like Zoion's, it just sort of flows and moves, almost water-like behind her. It never stops moving. And she, like the other two, has red eyes. And they both look up at her, agape. Leonis looks up and says, "Your Majesty, what are you doing here?" You realize that this is Queen Eclipsa, the ruler of the Equix Empire. And she is not smiling. She does not look happy. She looks down at them, and all of their status stuff does drop immediately. They're no longer slowed, no longer restrained. But they're not attacking you. So she looks down at them and she looks at you. And she looks pointedly back at Scorpius. Pathetic. And Scorpius just goes white. No, Your Majesty, you don't understand. They just caught us off guard. And she holds up a finger. You should have caught them off guard. And I believe you had. But you are the one who lost the edge, Scorpius. And Scorpius cannot say anything. You'd think she was still stunned. She's not moving. And Eclipsa looks over at Leonis. General, I will allow you to return with your tail between your legs at this point. But, Your Majesty, I can still fight. I can take them out. If you could, you would have done so already. You will go now. Unless you want to meet the fate of your comrade. And she looks at Scorpius, and it's not a look of a friend to a friend who's worried. It's more of a look of pity, but also, damn, I'm glad it's not me, bitch. So Leonis stands up and looks over at all of you and just sneers angrily.
I stick my tongue out.
Looks back at Scorpius. It was fun while it lasted. And she just bleeped out. There's a little lick of fire and she's gone. And Scorpius, you are left there standing near Scorpius, watching her, just completely ignoring you at this point. I told you what would happen if you failed me, Scorpius. Please, Your Majesty, give me another chance. You know that I could take them out. I thought you could.
I kind of want to break up this.
Huh?
I was just asking, should we do something?
I mean, you could if you wanted to. I don't think it's going to do much.
All right, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
But no, wait, I want to watch her continue to get told the heck off.
That's what she gets for eating that churro.
It is what she deserves.
I'm ripping fat clouds right now watching this.
I don't know who you are, but you just have these eggs.
Are y'all doing anything, or are you just kind of watching this?
Boomer's gonna raise a hand real quick. Are you about to like smote her like right now? Like, we got things to do. It's a school night. I have to pass a test tomorrow.
Smite her, she ate my churro.
Eclipsa looks down her nose at you, Taurus, and she flicks her hand, and all of a sudden you just fly ass over tea kettle in the air and land on your butt.
Okay, can I do something? Can I do something
having...
as she's do that? Can I do one thing though?
What?
As I'm about to get flung backwards, I want to throw the kettle corn at the queen.
She's like at least 30 feet in the air.
Let me just try, please. It's probably
good chance for you to be really mean.
It's a mixed success.
Yeah, you make it to her, and you realize she has a force field around her.
Oh, but I got her.
It hits like this invisible shield at least 3 feet away from her and just falls down to the stage. But you go ass over tea kettle. She goes, I was having a conversation with my subordinate.
Worth it.
And she looks down at Scorpius again. I'm afraid, Scorpius, there will not be another try. Scorpius just is standing there begging as Eclipsa holds out her hand, and around her a circle forms, and black energy just starts to creep up and wisps out of it, and it starts to swirl around her. You can still see Scorpius, but she's a little bit obscured. And then the circle starts to close in closer and closer around her, and as it starts to touch her, she starts to scream. And as it finally becomes a completely dark cylinder. The queen balls her hand into a fist, and there is a flash of purple energy, and it sends out a wave that actually knocks all of you back. And where Scorpius was, there is a small blue sphere glowing there, just hanging in the air, and it lifts up and it goes up to Eclipso, who holds it hovering above her hand.
Can I try and grab that?
You got knocked back.
Oh.
And you
we
weren't
all got blown
on
back.
the stage. And she looks at it in her hand. Poor Scorpius, you did try. And she looks over at you. Zodiac warriors, you tried very hard as well. You may consider this a victory. I will allow that. Because of my general incompetence. It's sad, really, to think that she used to be just like you. And then she blips out.
Oh my god.
Well, that happened.
Oh, okay. Well,
Did
that's
I just throw popcorn at like the closest thing to the devil that we gonna meet?
I'm gonna punch her in her spleen, and then we will be friends by force.
You can actually do that in this game. Touch their heart.
Yeah, you can. And no one tried to do that at all with anybody. So
I don't know who this woman is. How would I try to be her friend if I don't know her? Now I feel sorry for her.
Be fair, she did eat your churro.
It was only violence after that.
Also, they've just been
there was a couple ways
people's energies.
there was a couple ways this could have ended. I didn't think it would end up with Eclipse showing up. But anyway, you all are now alone. I actually didn't bring in the other aspect I was going to for time's sake, but as you are in there alone, you hear a rustling in the smaller tents that you had seen around the big top. And the spotlights are still on, so there's still light in the tent. And you see coming out are people. Not the weird, crazy Slender Man looking guys, but just regular people who look confused and kind of tired, maybe a little malnourished. And let's see, somebody just give me a mental roll. Someone with high mental, go ahead.
Not
That's
Boomer.
not me. I got +1, but
Yeah, same.
Anyone got more than a +1?
I'll go
Also
ahead
at a
and roll.
+1.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You see Christian among the people that are coming out of the tent.
I put on the mask so they don't recognize me.
Well, you realize that these are more than likely the people that have disappeared so far. They had been kept here, likely to steal their energy to keep something else going within the circus.
I look
So-
back at the rest of the group. I say, I think that's who they're kidnapping.
So you guys are currently standing in the middle of this tent with all these people waking up. You probably need to go back to Zoion, and there is one way for you to get there quickly.
Anybody
Magic
have
Yak?
yaks?
Zodi!
Zodi. So you may all call on Zodi if you wish.
Psst, psst, come here, Zodi.
I text Zodi
Like a
on
freaking
my
kid.
cell phone.
Oh, that's funny. So Zodi will appear. Looks around. Like, what the heck?
It has been a night. Zodi.
I thought you were going
Gotta
to say
go.
1 week.
Zodi looks at the popcorn.
One fight.
Zodi sees the kettle corn and kind of starts sniffing at it.
No.
Oh,
No,
don't
no.
eat that.
No.
I will make you battle kettle corn. Do not eat that.
Go back now, Zoe. Let's go.
She's like, And you see some of the people are starting to really come out of their fuzz, and they say, "Who the heck are those clowns over there?"
Not a
Nobody,
clown,
you
you're a
didn't
clown.
see us. And I use my magic to make black smoke around us.
Okay, you all put your hand on Zodi, and you blink out, and you blink back in within Zoion's cavern. So, I see you had an interesting evening at the circus.
Yep.
Yeah, that place.
Wow.
There were no clowns.
That's good. I'm glad.
Well, to be fair, there were a couple of clowns.
Also, some woman with a black and red, really nice dress, and just, well groomed, showed up, and one of the people, the blue girl, disappeared.
Yes, you had never encountered Leonis before tonight.
Don't worry, she's gonna be my friend through force.
We're gonna touch her heart by punching them.
That is one way to touch a heart, but I don't think that it would keep them living if you did.
I was gonna say I don't think that is the best line of action, but also, like I said, it's a school night. I think we all need to get back home.
So did we know that they were members of the Zodiac?
What do you mean?
Oh, they said they were once like us.
Eclipsa said that.
Yeah, do we know them?
You do not. However, who you were before did. As you have apparently discerned, this is something I did not want to bring up to you unless I felt it necessary yet. Eclipse's highest generals are corrupted Zodiac warriors.
Fine.
When she defeated the original Zodiac warriors and you were sent to Earth and reincarnated as you are now, there were some that were not so lucky. And she gained possession of them. So, yes, the generals that you've fought today were originally Zodiac warriors. I do not know if there is a way to get rid of the corruption within them. I have not had the chance to try and find out.
That is something you should have told us.
I was afraid if I did, you would not want to engage them.
Or maybe we could have engaged them differently, but because you didn't give us that choice. Yeah, I'm done here.
Zoion just bows her head a little bit. Perhaps you're right. But what's done is done.
So, what did she do to uh the wait, what's her name?
Scorpius.
Scorpius. So, what did she do to Scorpius? She kind of turned her into a ball. Is she alive still, or I don't know? Is she, dead?
Her power source as a Zodiac warrior still exists. Her physical form is gone, as you knew it. It is similar to what happened in the past, but unlike then, when your power orbs escaped, hers is still within Eclipse's clutches.
So if we could get that back, we could have someone that isn't evil.
I do not know. I am unsure how deep the claws of Eclipse's corruption are within the generals. Again, I have not been able, this is not something I have been able to test or find out. But if you were able, we would be able to discern whether that is possible.
Well,
But it has been a long night, and I'm sure you all must rest. So I will contact you again when there is more trouble. And she will tap her staff, and you guys blip out, and you end up back on the sidewalk that you disappeared from this afternoon.
couldn't even take us. Okay.
We're
I'm
still
ass-
behind that hedge.
I think we're back in our normal clothes, probably too.
Yes.
Oh, that's a lot to think about, huh?
Not really. I mean, there's only one path forward. We need to bully them into submission.
Well, I don't support bullying.
We'll
Oh,
just
neither
try.
do I.
We just
But-
save them. That's it.
And apparently,
Yeah,
I have more questions. Who exactly is Zoyan? And why did she look so similar to Eclipsa? Why didn't she tell us this crucial information? Because it could have changed what we did.
I
That
feel
is
like
true.
I've got books that'll explain this.
Just deadpan stare at in your direction.
I have a whole stack of something called manga. You'll love
We
it.
we
Oh,
we,
oh,
we
that-
do know what manga is.
Yeah,
on, on that note, I'm going home.
Yeah, I'm pretty tired as
is
well.
Mr. Peterson still in his freaking window staring at where we disappeared?
No, the lights are dark inside.
Oh God!
We should buy him a gift basket.
Everybody who we see should get a gift basket at this point because this is getting too much. How are we going to even keep this up? That lady seems intent to kill.
I guess we just have to keep going, keep training.
Well, as you all disperse and head home for the night, that is where we will end this game.
Yay! Happy birthday!
Yay. Happy birthday!
Yay.
Great job, baby.
Yay! That was fun.
Yay, I'm glad.
Yes, cue
Wait,
the anime ending theme.
Cue the what?
Spence said, cue the anime ending theme and outro credit scene.
Fly me to the moon. Let me play amongst the stuff. Wrong anime.
Very wrong anime.
I don't
yeah,
think that's what anime is that?
That's the original ending.
Ava.
They did that for the original run of Ava.
Evangelion. Anyway, well, I'm glad I hope y'all enjoyed it. I think it was fun. I feel like I fell apart at the end with combat a little bit, but
no, it's fine. Like I was saying, it's an easy. Like when it comes to combat in this game, it's easy to get tripped up, especially if you're just used to doing everything with D&D.
yeah. But I appreciate y'all playing. Thank you. It was a good birthday gift. I think it was fun. Hopefully we can play it again sometime.
Yeah, I'll talk to y'all in a little bit.
And since we're still streaming, I will mention everyone follow us on Twitter at bonus_team, Facebook, and YouTube is Team Bonus Action. Thank you for anyone who was watching tonight. We really appreciate the views. And as Kyle likes to say, don't let your meatloaf.
Hey.